mafia, we the mafia, Bills mafia, Bills mafia, we the mafia, we the mafia, Bills mafia, Bills mafia, we the mafia, Bills mafia, Bills mafia, we the mafia, Bills mafia, Bills mafia.
You know who the beast in the AFC East? We gon' grind this thing out for 17 weeks, yeah. You hating on the Bills, then you way off. Talk is cheap, meet us in the playoffs. Game day, you know we going off. Got your team captain shaking at the coin toss. We say mafia, that means family to me. Cause we stand with the team, best fans in the league.
What it do? What's good with
Make
y'all?
a pathway for the man. Shit,
Absolutely.
man. Fucking thank you for being here with us, dude. This is a huge, especially after last week's win.
Big dubs for the club.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah. Appreciate it. Thank
Hell
you.
yeah, brother.
Thank you. Hell yeah.
This podcast was designed, you know what I mean, in hopes to shed lights to maybe somebody's dark times and hopefully inspires them, you know what I mean, to do great things, you know what I mean, whether it's open a business or, you know what I mean, just get out of that clutch situation, you know what I mean. So we bring people on and try to get into their stories, you know what I mean, to shed a little light, you know what I mean. It doesn't matter how much money one has, you know what I mean, whatever. It's still human. We all have our problems, you know what I mean. You know, so we like to try to dive deep in that. So.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So let's dive right the hell into it.
Absolutely.
Tell us about New Jersey, where you grew up. How was childhood for you?
Shoot, where to start off, yo? I mean, so like I'm one of five, so I'm the youngest of five. Young Snow. I've always had a huge heart, you know, high passion for success. So Jersey was what it was. You know, like my journey like wasn't always the smoothest. Like I know a lot of people see all of the good stuff now, but I went through all the bad stuff early so I could keep everything positive now. Like when I was young, man, I used to do so much stuff that I don't even know if I want to talk about.
You don't have to. It's okay. We get it.
But like seriously, like as far as like the good, the bad, and the ugly, I done did it. You know, Rawway was what it was. Like you had your good side of Rawway, you had your bad side, you had the Jets, which is the projects in Rawway, and you know, and what you choose and what you chose, and saying that I chose different things in my life that I didn't have to choose, but certain parts were just more fascinating to me than others. So I did what I wanted, even though I had both of my parents. But you know, like as a young man, like you got to figure it out and with yourself. As much as you can learn from your peoples and your peers, but there's gonna be a point where you make a decision to figure it out for yourself. And you know, I tested a lot of waters and I figured it out early. And I'm thankful that I did, so I could be on this journey, this journey now. But yeah, it was fun. And Jersey is still a part of me. Like I got Jersey tatted on the middle of my leg, and like as you know, the Instagram Jersey Star. So Jersey is everything. I got the zip code on me tatted. You know, so Jersey is for sure in my life.
Nice.
It's one thing you can do, and you never take where you come from away from that person. You know. But we definitely blessed to have you over here in Buffalo.
Hell yeah.
You know,
Happy to have you.
absolutely,
We
love
love
great
Buffalo,
talent, great talent. So like I said, you said as your childhood, you know, we all had our problems and everything. You know, have you always been sports inclined? Like, yeah. So for the most part, I was always look, like growing up, like we all are around the same age, or some like might be older, but we all around the same age. So understanding that we ain't just sit in the house and play video games like all day. Like when we got to play games, we played them. But for the most part, like we wanted to be outside. So my childhood was outside. I was doing every sport in the book to be outside. I never wanted to be in the house. And there was nothing wrong like with my household, but I just didn't want to be in the house. So if I was on a longboard, if I was on a scooter, if I was playing basketball, football, shoot, volleyball, baseball, anything that I could do, I was doing it. And I think that that's what kind of crafted me into me now, because I did all those other sports, literally swimming, everything that you could possibly like think of, I did it. So I could morph my body into whatever it was meant to be.
Yeah. Nice, man. Shit. Were you good at school? Were you like good in classes and stuff?
I didn't hate school, but I hated school. Like school was cool because I was around like all of the homies. Mm-hmm. Like I was around all of my friends and all of my peoples, and I get to put a little fit on and show off for the girls and stuff like that. But school was cool, but I never like really liked being in class because I was always a class clown, so I would always make the class like like static. So school it was all right. Like I was never overly school until like the end. Like when I was in college, towards the end, not the end, but like towards like the middle end is when I clicked on. But I never got horrible grades, but I just ain't really like school because like the teachers ain't really make it as fun as what they could have made it. Like we was learning about stuff that but like we got brains. Like I don't want to learn about this dog. Like I don't like want to read about this old dude. Like tell me something that I could relate to, and then watch the love of that pour out, and then But yeah, it was it was an up and down battle, but I did what I had to.
Yeah, we made it out.
Even though you didn't like school, you said like that. You know what I mean? Suggestion. Now that you sit back and you're developing to the man that you are right now, knowing that you didn't like school, you look back. Would you? How would you suggest to a kid right now to keep going through? So, it's fun.
Yeah. Well, for any child that is going through whatever, you have to make it fun. I wish that I would have learned this earlier. Like you can make it fun. Like before, like for instance, like if it's a vocabulary test, or if it's a test and that you have to learn a certain word and it has to be this way, like put it like with a rap, or put it like over a song and make it fun, or do something different with it, or add like a color to it. Like, all right, like when I think about blue, I'm thinking about a triangle, or if I think about red, I'm thinking about a trapezoid, like stuff like that. Like that could give you like little cheat codes and to make it fun. And I was like giving like an example for like a lower tier, but like if it's to an older person, like end of high school, college, like you got to make it work, and you got to understand that school is going to set you up for life. If that's what you're choosing to do, it's going to set you up for what you want it to do. And you just got to respect it. And even though that it's not meant to be the funnest thing in the world, but you have to find a way to make it fun.
Yeah, no doubt. You're Jersey through and through, and your family is tight.
Real tight.
So you're going to college. Tell us about that, how you transition from leaving your whole world behind.
Yeah. Well, the good thing is I ain't go too far. I grew up in Jersey and I went to Philly, so that was only about an hour and some change on the highway, like on the turnpike. So exit 4. Yeah. So literally, it wasn't too bad, but they understood my goal and what I wanted to. So we're going off to college and getting a full scholarship to play ball. It was more so like a wow, like damn, like my son is doing it and my parents, and even at my hometown. Like it was more so like, damn, Dion really just hit that next mark. So it was more so like motivation for it at my town, and even for it at my family members. But from being close, I think it was a great experience because they got to come up to most games and they got to like be present. But then there was also times where they were so close and I wanted them more and they weren't there as well. So it was both avenues that I had to go through like with life. But it was solid. But only going from Jersey to Philly, it was a cool thing, and the transition wasn't too hard because of my life. Like I can't imagine like thinking about where I went to school at now. I can't even imagine like some kids that really don't understand life like that. That life is more than just this little bubble. Like I'm talking about Philly. I'm talking about Philly, the gritty of Philly. Like we in North Philly, and people thinking like, oh, I'm going to college, I'm about to have a good time. Yeah, but you also got to have your head on the swivel. So with that, it was more so being thankful of my childhood and then adapting it to, like being a little older and going to college.
Yeah. So sounds like almost like you're bringing the city with you.
For sure.
Bringing the family with you. That's dope. Good shit, man. How about now that you're here in Buffalo, does it? I know again, really not that far,
Right.
but do you
True.
get? Is it kind of the same deal?
Yeah. I mean, it's
Probably even more so because
because everybody
it's a
they wanna
bigger
be
deal.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if that question was for more so in my family, or if that was more so for in myself, like, is it a big deal like that I'm here?
For you.
Yeah. Oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, from playing in Philly, you know, like I went to Temple, which was a D1 school, but it wasn't like Alabama. So we didn't have, 80,000 people coming to see us every week. We might have had 2,000, and we played in the Eagle Stadium. So you can imagine 2,000
Yeah.
people in the Eagle Stadium, or maybe 3,000 for whatever. But it wasn't no sellouts.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
so from coming here, like I really feel the love of doing what I do, and that's playing a sport and entertaining. Like we're entertainers, but we play a sport while entertaining. So from coming here, I feel like a superhero. Like I feel like a freaking Superman, whatever you want to call it. I feel like that because Buffalo is so real. Like I'm an offensive lineman, and they treat me like the quarterback. Like it is the best place to play football. It's the best place to be for any position in the world. Like you could come here like as a swimmer, and they'll show you praise. But it's amazing. But Buffalo is truly it, and I really am gonna do everything in my power to never leave here. Like I want to retire here.
Oh, you can.
So it's just like Buffalo is everything, and it's everything to me. Like I done made sure all of my kids were born here. I own a home here. Like this is where I'm at. Like even though the off season, like I go down to Florida, but like all of my time is here. Like I go to Florida for 2 months, but I'm here for 10 months. So this is home, and Buffalo has really made this feel like home. And I mean, it's nothing but love every bit of the city. I can go anywhere and they showing love. Like whether they just saying hello, like whether they're just giving a thumbs up or a deuce or whatever. Like that's the little things that as an athlete and as a person of this community now that I respect and I love so much. And that's why it keeps fueling me. It just keeps fueling me to want to do more. Like the more that y'all are appreciating and that y'all are giving me, I'm just spitting it out in different ways. But Buffalo is truly it, like for sure. And in a matter of time, it should be tatted on me. So
man, if you love us, we'll love you forever.
yeah, for sure.
I mean, your energy in general, is what really, you're just a unique individual, bro. It's just you're very vibrant.
Appreciate that, bro.
I seen your
It's
lives.
definitely vibrant.
It's pretty cool. But it's pretty cool to see a successful person, a professional athlete, go through what they've done, and still remain the same.
Yeah.
From what you were as a child to now, it's sequenced together. Like you're still a happy person. Like
Heck yeah, man. I don't take nothing for granted, and I really respect the process of everything, and I really don't take nothing for granted. Like I'm definitely thankful for every little piece of my life. Like for you guys even like wanting me to come and speak, like no matter like what it is. Like look, y'all wanted me in y'all presence. Like I look at that with the utmost in respect that somebody is reaching out to have us or have me present. Like that's true, man. And this is like y'all are Buffalo.
Yeah.
So it's true. It's definitely true.
Well, yeah. You don't gotta thank us. We're the ones that are definitely thankful.
Yeah.
Can we touch up on what happened with your COVID incident? Because
whatever.
that was a struggle for you, right? This smiling Deion Dawkins was not so smiley.
Yeah, down bad.
Tell us about it, man.
Down bad.
Because you're definitely not the only one. I think a lot of people hit it hard at that time.
Yeah, COVID was an experience. Like you go from like I ain't never really been hurt. I ain't never really been injured playing football. Like injured, like I'm talking about injured. Except one time, I broke at my foot, and then so like during the journey of life, you grow this mentality of shit. I'm invincible. Like oh, there's a pandemic. I'm good. I'm an athlete. I'm a super like athlete. I'm healthy. I'm clean. I got all of the best nutrients and food and everything. I'm good. And then all of a sudden I get hit, and I get hit and with COVID. And I ain't even know what and was happening at first because when I got hit, like you hear like everybody else's experience with it, and it's like, oh yeah, it was nothing, and then some people it was bad, and some people it was really bad, and I'm like, oh, all right, cool. And then when I got it and when I tested, I guess positive for having COVID, it was like, damn, I got it and this is it. I was like, wow, like this ain't nothing. And then a day and a half later, 2 days later, it just was like boom, and it just hit me hard. And not to say it hit me hard, but like it just took over. Yeah. And I'm telling you, like every bit of my body like felt like it was just failing. Like I just felt the weakest that I've ever felt. I felt horrible, Yeah. And I was isolated from my family, so I was downstairs. My family was upstairs, and just feeling like what I felt like it was just too much. Like it was way too much. And I was like, ain't no way. Like, just ain't no way. But it happened. And then from there, my lady said I should probably go like to the hospital because I was so cold. And it was warmer outside because when I got it, it was like in the summertime. It was right in before camp. So it was in August. So I was in the basement and I was so cold. And she was like, you should probably go outside. It's warm, like outside. I went outside still and was freezing. Like the pavement, like in my driveway was warm. So the crazy thing is I literally just laid down on the pavement because that's where I was, like, I felt the most warmth because like as the ground, like it's hot, like it's hot. Mm-hmm. So I literally just laid in my driveway, but not like just laying there. Like I'm talking about like my cars were in the driveway and I was just laying there in between like the garage door, but it was up, and the back of one like of the cars, and I was just laying there, and I was like, I was a little comfortable, getting more comfortable, and then she was like, this is not right, and then called the ambulance. The ambulance came and picked me up, and I was in the hospital, and then when I got in the hospital, that's where I started feeling worse. I started like feeling worse. I was just laying there, and I was like, bruh, I'm about to fucking die. Mm-hmm. Like ain't no way. Like ain't no way. Like I'm really about to lay here and die. So
did you ever question that before? Like, is this really real? Is this COVID real?
Hell yeah, I questioned it. I was like, man, it's a conspiracy. I was like, bro, this is fake. And then when it got to
caught up.
Yeah, I was like, bro, I believe. You know what I'm saying? I believe. Yeah. But like once that experience happens to yourself, then you could really understand, because nobody would really believe anything until you get some type of reaction or interaction with it. Like, oh yeah, all right, cool.
Yeah.
But
I heard a lot of talking about it, but it wasn't affecting me. And then it was.
And then it was.
Yeah.
And then when it does, and then you adapt your own story to it, and then when you tell it, then somebody else is either gonna not believe you or believe you. And then that's just how the trickle effect of this crazy world works.
Yeah. So how'd you come out of that? What started to bring you? I mean, probably just feeling better, but I'm sure it brings some kind of mental anguish with you.
Shoot, prayer. Shoot, I'm laying there like talking to God. Whoever was praying for me, shoot, they was praying hard. But the mental state, it was more so like, I got kids at home. Like I can't let this like take me out. Like my kids love me so much, and I love my kids so much, and I'm present in their life, and I'm in their life, so it's just like I don't ever want to not be there for them. So if there's something that I could do, I'm going to do it, and if it starts with just a mindset of thinking better and thinking more positive, I'm gonna do that. If that's that first step, so I started thinking more more positive. Like, look, this ain't gonna take me out. I'm gonna be all right, and then. It wasn't perfect at first, and then it just started to gradually just get better. And then sooner or later, I walked out. I didn't walk out the hospital. They had the wheelchair cheer me out, and I was out of there. And then
power of positive thinking, man.
Yeah.
Sometimes that all it takes is like, you know what? Let me just get at it.
Yeah.
And once you start going, it all starts coming.
Especially
easy.
In that situation, that's,
Yeah.
your life's flashing before you, and
Right.
Especially you look at you mentioned your kids. From what you display, you know, on social media and everything, and you're very interactive with your kids. You know,
Yeah.
That's a blessing.
I love my kids, man.
Oh,
Yeah, like I'm one of 5, and you know, I've always had both of my parents. You know, like my dad was always present, but he was a worker. He was a working dad, so I would see him when I seen him. You know, he was a worker. Early in the morning, would come home late at night. Sometimes in the middle of the day, and then when he came home in the middle, like of the day, he would sleep and rest, and then go on the midnight shift. So it was like I seen him when I seen him, and then, you know, whenever. And my mom, she was more so present, but somebody like had to take that bullet, and my dad took it. So with me knowing what I wish I could have had a little more of, I'm gonna make sure I give it to my kids. And I know what I wish that I could have had a little more of was just a little more love from my father, but he had to do what he had to do to make sure all of us was all right. And it was all of us. Like that's a lot of kids. You know, 5 kids to take care of, it's a lot. So I don't put nothing past them. So, but now that I'm in my driver's seat with my kids, I try to pour so much love into all of my kids all day and every day. So, you know, they can understand that Dad's a hard worker, and he's also gonna try to be here as much as he can, because you know we got to do what we got to do.
Well, that's the goal, right? Just do a little bit better than your pops, and then hopefully they do a little bit better than you.
Absolutely,
It's that domino effect.
Yeah. Inspiration growing up. Who was it for you?
Inspiration. As far as in-house, like I had a guy named Antonio Garay. He was a Broadway guy. He made it to the NFL. He was inspiration, but people like Allen like Iverson was my inspiration. You know, like AI, seeing how he was true to himself and really ain't care what people thought. Like he was like one of the first ones to have tats on his neck and wear baggy clothes and just be free and not care, but still ball. Like so that was my recipe. That's why I'm me now. Like I don't care what people think. I got my nails painted. I got a cross and a snowflake on. Like I don't care. Yeah. I'm still gonna fuck you up.
I seen that. I seen that. I'm gonna do my own joint up. To be honest.
So facts, but it's just more so of just looking at people that are comfortable with being their self, and it all starts with the mental part. But you have to be so strong in the mind to understand that you're different, and everybody is gonna talk about you either in a positive or a negative way, and still not care, and then still go and perform at a high level in front of thousands. Like that's greatness.
No, that's beautiful, man.
That's
no doubt.
Like that's greatness. So, but AI was literally, it still is. Like he's my, like, you know, Michael Jordan. Like he's my, like, you know, for sure.
For sure, no doubt. Yeah, no, that's a good answer too, because it's about, you know, being yourself rather than just being a dope athlete.
Right.
Which he was most definitely.
The realest.
Shit. What do you got for him next?
Talk to me.
With all the success that you have accommodated and you know what I mean, you push forward and you got, you know what I mean, on a business aspect, how do you differentiate, you know what I mean, your business, because you got a lot. I mean, you got a lot going on.
Yeah. So how do I separate it, or how do I like handle life with all of that like going on? Well, you got to have a good team. It starts with a good team. Like for y'all, like y'all can't just do this by yourself. Like there's a bunch of people sitting behind and the cameras that help.
Shouts out M80.
That help all of this work, and I understand that you got to keep those people close, and you got to make sure and that they like treat it right. Like and my dog Tone, like it's just, you got to understand that you're not meant to do it alone. But if you have the right team, it can be done with a little bit of all of us, where you don't feel alone, or where I don't feel like I'm sitting here by it myself, you know, but I'm sitting here by it myself. Like my team is with me and they're guiding me through everything. So it could be difficult for a lot of people that that don't know that gem. Like there's a lot of selfish people in the world, and for a lot of people to just like be like me, that's okay. Like that'll get you, but like so far, but then it's gonna catch up to you. So I treat my stuff with myself, but my team. So it's like it's never just me. So when people are looking at me, like get an accolade or me smiling or me being my person and just being happy, they're looking at me, but they also see my team of people that I have around me, and so that answers that. But yeah, certain ways.
No doubt. I want to hear about this story. You rented a whole ass jet one time, right?
Couple times, shit. I rented a couple jets.
Okay.
Which time?
Yeah, a baby was being born.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Now you say you're very active. You're being there more.
Yeah.
Tell me how you do that, because I would imagine you're more busy than your pops was.
For sure.
So how do you be there more for your children, even though you're as busy as you are?
Well, you just got to be there. Like you just got to just find a way and just make your mind up and just be there. Cause like you could choose. Like, all right, I'm gonna go to work today, or I'm gonna take this overtime, or I'm gonna go to my son's game. When to give and when to take, just a little bit. But
balance.
As far as that jet story goes, yeah. So we were playing the Dolphins. It's my first get. I have 3. We were playing the Dolphins, and Diana was pregnant. She was very close to like what is it, like labor time.
Mm-hmm.
And when I asked her, I was like, Diana, do you want me to go to this game? Because you're acting like you're about to have this baby. And she was like, no, go. But your team needs you, and da-da-da-da. I was like, I understand. This is my first child. They will understand as well. Like, I want to be here.
Wow.
And she was more so like, no, go. I'll be okay. And as soon as right, I get on the plane, get to Florida. We're in the hotel, night meetings. Around 7:30, I get a phone call, and Diana, she's like, I'm going to have the baby. So now I'm like, damn. Like, so now I'm trying to figure out ways that I can get there. I'm trying to like figure out what is the next step. I'm like, should I stay since I'm already here? Should I play this game? If she's going to have the baby now, it's still night. I could probably make it work. How can I do this? So, ask questions. I started asking questions. Like I was like, who has this? Does the owner like have his plane here? Can I take the plane that we flew back? Like, but like that we flew here back. Like, what are we doing? And this was the first time that I've ever booked a jet. Like I wasn't a rookie, but I was a second year guy, and I wasn't like jet flying. Like I was on my first deal, so it was like, man, like what am I about to do? Like shit. Like, do I want to get there, or should I just like stay and play? And then I was just like, man, what to really do? And then people are telling me like like Marlon, like he was like, Dion, like you got to be there. Like it's your first kid. And then I was like, all right, bet. Find me a jet or find me a PJ. And I didn't even know what to do. Like, I'm like, who do you call? Like, like how do these people even do this jet stuff? Like, I'm used to just going
find me a jet.
Yeah, that's like, American like Airlines or Delta. Like, and I'm like, all right, is there a flight back? Da 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 da. And they were like, so we found you a jet. It's gonna cost you this to get there and get back. And that's what I did. Yeah. And I booked it. That shit was like damn near $40,000. It was 20 up, 20 back. So I was already pissed because I'm like, damn, like 40 bands, but can't no price put that on my daughter's first breath. So I wasn't really thinking about it, but of course I was thinking about it. Like you got to think about it. Like it's 40, like it's 40 bands. So I get there, I get to Buffalo, and as y'all know, Buffalo is what it is. And this was at the time where Buffalo ain't have Uber, we ain't have Lyft, we ain't have none of that. Yeah. So I land and I'm trying to find a cab, or like I'm trying to call. Nobody take me, right? Take me to the birth. So now she gave birth I got a birthing center, like where it was like real peaceful in there. Like she gave birth in the center where she gave birth in the tub. So she's real peaceful. Crazy. One of the workers that like, directed the plane in and was doing that. Like I was like sitting there, like I'm like, yo, I gotta get to the birthing center. There ain't no Ubers, there ain't none of this. Like somebody, and he was like, I got you. And he put me in one of those vans that be in the airport, but like there's like no seat like in the passenger seat.
Yeah.
So I sat like on whatever metal it was, and we got there. And as soon as I walked in, like they left like the door cracked like in the back, and I walked in, said thank you, and she gave birth like 2 minutes when I got there. So she waited till I got there, and as soon as I got there, 2 minutes later she came out, and it was drastically special, and my daughter is literally like my best friend, and I was thankful to be there, and I've been there for every kid's birth, and I would not put missing it on nobody. So if you're listening, be there.
Be there.
Whatever it costs, be there.
There'll be more games.
No price on it.
Yeah. There ain't no price on it. Be there, man.
Oh, yeah, it's a beautiful story,
Sure.
man. And then you can rub it in their face later. Like, you know what I did for you?
Shit.
Clean that damn room.
Nah, hell no. Like it'll like be more like, yeah, you've been costing me money ever since you came into this
Ever
earth.
since you were born.
40 bands,
We're at
first
least-
check, baby girl.
At least 40 in.
But I love you though.
Yeah.
For
No,
sure.
that's a beautiful story.
Hell
man.
yeah.
It's good to know that, this big moment in your life, football's done so much for you, but, forget that noise. I'm on my way to go see my kid be born.
Oh, and just to put
That's
that,
some Allen Iverson shit,
it
just
is.
so you know.
And I just left the whole other part of the story out, which is
okay.
crazy. So after the baby came, let's keep it going. I got to stay with Diana and the baby for like 2.5 hours, realistically, like 2.5 hours. So now if we're talking about timeline, when I heard the news, it was like 7:30. It was probably in between 7 and 7:30. And then it went from 7:30 to getting on the plane and getting there around, 1-ish. It's a 2.5 hour flight up. 12:30, like 1 o'clock, whatever. And then being and with them, and then also coming, and then I flew back. So was with the baby, was with Diana and all of that good stuff. And then right from there, I had to give her a hug and a kiss. Glad I seen you. Right back on the jet to the game. And when I got back to Florida, I literally got back to Florida like an hour and before like game time. So when I pulled up, the guys were already in there in routine on the field, and I just had to put my stuff on, strap up, and go. And I winded up having like one of the best games of my career, that they say, from that moment. And game ball and all that cool stuff. But I winded up like making it back for my team, and we winded up winning. So it was a win-win-win for all parties.
Well, congratulations.
So let's talk about this Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that experience like?
Super lit. Man, what? Pro Bowl was lit. Nah, for sure. It was a great experience. I had my guys, I had my family there. It was a beautiful experience. It was
Well earned. I mean, it was definitely well earned.
It was a beautiful experience. It was in Vegas, so it was my first time. So with seeing everything like that was going on, and really trying to understand what was going on and where I was and kind of who I was and what just happened. Like with me being there, like that changed everything. Like, so it was just like, wow, like I'm here, I got my family here, everybody's smiling, we're all happy, and and we're winning. So it was a great experience. And then I winded up meeting Roger, which was a cool thing too, because I met Roger in Miami in the off season and before, and then I wound up playing right next to him in the Pro Bowl, and then Roger then becoming my teammate now, and now plays next to me now. So it was kind of like everything was meant to be, and it kind of just hit at the right time. And it was cool. It was a lot of fun, and I mean a lot of fun. Like Pro Bowl was a lot of fun.
Wow.
Everything about it and was fun. Like the dinners, the parties, the game, the chilling with the guys, the rapping with the guys, the vibing, the everything. It was just all it was meant to be at that moment. Like everything was happening at that moment. And even at that moment, you know, I took a second to really just say, wow, like this is happening. And then I paused it for a quick second and I was like, all right, play. And then we kept it going. But it was dope, man. It was really dope. And I'm pushing for and for more, like more and more. If you're not pushing, you're really not doing it right. So, you know, I want my people to experience that every year. You know, every year, whatever it is, Super Bowl, Pro Bowl, whatever the heck it is, I want them to experience the greatness that's going on in life with me. Because what good is doing it if your homeboys can't come, and that's family. You know,
you carry being appreciative very well, man. Honestly, as big as you are and shit. I feel like I'm sitting next to just a regular guy, very happy to be where he is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Thankful for where I'm at. It takes a lot of work, but you know, you put the chips in and they fall the way that they're supposed to fall.
Oh yeah. What do we got here? I got a good one. Oh yes, our most recent guest, or one of our most recent guests, Benny the Butcher. You did a little video with him. Yeah. I see you got the chops going too. Is
this a Benny thing or is this a dark thing?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We're gonna have to find out. I'm not gonna say. It's
probably just a straight up collaboration thing, right?
Yeah, maybe it's just wearing off on the other guy.
Man, we chopped up, man. We chop him down. Nah, it's a. Wait, go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say, you guys did a little video about the city and maybe the rougher parts of the city.
Yeah.
What are some things you think that we could help? Not only just the city, because like you said, New Jersey has its own issues as well. What are some things we should do in the future to make like an actual difference?
That's a good question.
You know, right?
Well, number one is, money, bro. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Money changes a lot of things. You know, like there's a lot of people that have it where they can just snap their finger and they could all be back, or they can all and be good, but people don't do it. You know, and then it comes to being present. You know, like being present in the community and just being there, you know, showing a face of inspiration and of a success figure that, you know, well, Benny was from that area and he's still standing tall and he's, you know, present, you know, like I think that goes miles.
Yeah.
Like that goes miles. And I think that's where you start, but nothing like really moves without funds. Like, you know, like you need funds and you need money to help. So money definitely does a big part. But like, I think overall, like if we're talking about a place like Buffalo, it needs people to invest money in here to sharpen up all of the edges. Like, you know, like Buffalo is beautiful, but like if more people were present here with like their investments and with helping this place look of what it should look like and be like, but like what it's supposed to truly be, you know, like people and will be here, and then the money and will flow, and then everything will turn, then more jobs will like present, and then more people would want to do good, and it would just be a trickle effect of positive, like, you know, because people need it, but like, you know, like I hate to say it's money, but money makes money makes mountains move, for real.
Absolutely.
Like no matter what, like that, but like that money will make a lot of things change.
No doubt. I could think of one way to get some new money flowing into the city. Well, you've made the first level, right? So now we just need you guys to keep going.
Oh, what, winning? Buffalo Bills ball.
You know what I'm saying?
So they're going to put it on the Bills. They're going to put it on the Bills.
Honestly, that's where, you know, I fucking love football. I love the Bills. But it took me a while to come along to football. And I realized, for me, it was realizing what it would do for the city if we got a championship that made me really come along and start rooting. I started rooting before we were winning, in case anyone was wondering.
He's telling on himself.
Yeah.
He's a
you believe
bandwagon.
No,
nerd.
no.
He jumped on the ship. He jumped on a ship when the ship was sailing.
No.
He flew in when he was parasailing.
Hey.
What's he doing? He's
losing
whaling. Bars.
No doubt. No, but that would be beautiful for our city. It would bring a lot of money and
Yeah.
a lot of tourism, and we can do something to it.
Yeah.
Do something with it.
Yep. Like Buffalo, just needs not a whole lot more, but it just needs a little more. Like
A little more attention.
But you have to think about if one of your favorite people in the world came to visit here, where and would they go? What would make them say, "Man, Buffalo was everything"? Like, is it one of them places like downtown on Chippewa? Is it coming to a Bills game? Is it going to a Bandits game or a Sabres game? Is it, walking past somebody and somebody saying hi? Is it the Falls? Like, what is it? Like, what is it? So if you don't have an answer to it and you are from here, then that's probably something that needs to be done.
It's the food.
The
You
food,
ask me. It's the food.
the food keeps us here.
Yeah, it keeps me in the seat.
If you were to look at your success that you have done, and then you obviously you got goals. What have you knocked off your bucket list, and what are you still trying to strive for?
What have I knocked off my bucket list? What have I knocked off my bucket list? Well, getting a Pro Bowl was definitely a bucket list thing. And I guess I didn't know that this was on my bucket list until it started happening, but was helping the organization change from being like not so good to being great. And it's still not great now, but we're on the path of greatness. So I think from helping an organization change from something that was looked like sideways about to now looking straight on, I think that's something that I knocked off of my bucket list. Because even in college, it was the same kind of story. I went to Temple, they really ain't win. When I got there, we only won 2 games. It was shitty. So, and then to turn it around to winning, going to 2 championships back to back, and then winning, and then being able to win it and then graduate and leave, that's special. So
Yeah.
Definitely, probably that is the biggest bucket list thing, is helping an organization, change its front face.
Yeah. It's honorable being a part of a team.
Being part of a winning team.
What is it like? What is it like being part of that winning team on that field? I mean, yeah, we can be fans and, throw snowballs and,
That was lit.
That shit, I was in the stands. That was crazy.
lit.
I ain't gonna
That was
lie.
lit. Yeah.
And it wasn't even cold. I overdressed that.
It was not that cold.
No, it was not.
I mean, but for us, it was not in that cold. For Buffalo people, like I'm talking about, it was not that bad.
Yeah.
But what is it like to have the best fans in the you obviously travel to other NFL teams.
Yeah.
And they try to turn up and everything. So you see the difference,
They're not us.
Yeah.
yo,
not even
what is
close.
it like being in there?
It's amazing, man. They let you feel their presence. When I talk about I'm talking about the Mafia. They let you feel their presence from the time we run out on the field to the time we in the locker room, from the time that they in the parking lot going crazy.
Wow.
It's everything. But last game when they was throwing the snowballs up,
Yeah.
and they was throwing all the snow up in the air, I was just like, bruh, I'm where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah.
I am where I'm supposed to be. This is there ain't nothing like it. There ain't nothing like it.
Nah.
And then they was throwing snowballs on the field, and they was like, man, if you keep throwing snowballs, they was like, yeah, all right, snowball.
Yeah,
Snowball.
you
I was
can't
like,
tell
yo,
us to stop.
this is Buffalo.
Yeah.
You can't tell them to stop nothing. Like they try to say stop jumping through tables. We jump through tables every day.
That's
Yeah.
a fact.
Like what are we talking about? So it's a beautiful feeling to be loved, and from playing here, you feel it, you feel it in everything, from an Instagram post to a podcast to a walk in into a restaurant to getting your oil change. Like it's everything. Every part of Buffalo is a positive.
Oh, yeah.
There ain't no negatives about this. Like now look, now I can't talk for everybody, but I know my experience here has been A-okay.
Yeah.
You know, A-O great,
Yeah.
you know, instead of A-okay. But it's been great, for real.
Have you we have this phrase, home of the good neighbor.
Yeah.
Do you have any specific moments that you've witnessed that yourself
Absolutely.
at all?
This couple weeks ago when it was snowing crazy and we had how many feet of snow?
I don't know. It's like 10, 20 foot.
Depends on what side of the neighborhood
So
you ask.
Hamburg. I was in Hamburg.
Oh, you got a lot.
We got
Yeah.
hammered. Like
Yeah,
we got
yeah.
hammered. And I'm talking about not my neighbors, right? Like and I'm taking a shot like at my neighbors like right now. Like my neighbors did not come outside to help at all. Like which sucked, but my neighbors from down the block and around the corner and from a different area came to my house to make sure I was okay and to make sure that my cars were cleaned off, my driveway was good and I can get out and
Get to that game.
and to get there. And even the Bills upper office guys came, like, and my dog Ron came and got me, came to the house and made sure that I was good, took me from my house to the plane, and I got on a plane and we traveled and played that game. And it was beautiful. Like I had to walk from my house all the way out of my community because they couldn't drive down because it was so much snow.
Oh, yeah.
So I had to walk through the snow all the way out of my community. And it wasn't just right there. It was all the way out of my community.
You didn't make no snow angels on the way?
Nah, hell no. I wasn't touching the snow
Standing
yet.
up.
Yeah, look a little snow. But yeah, and then they got me and they took me. But and then I also had guys that came and like I said, shoveled and got all the snow from in front of the cars out. And like I'm talking about guys that came in those like I don't know but what they're called, but like it's like a Caterpillar, but it's not that big. It's like
yeah.
a personal
Just a
size
little
one.
mini guys.
But it wasn't crazy mini, but it was like big enough where
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
drive on the street with it.
Yeah.
And like and they came and they grabbed all of the snow and
Yeah.
and I was good. So we wound up gifting like all of those guys, and it was it was 4 dudes. It was 4 dudes. I gave them in game balls. So
That's dope.
through the Bills, and we gave them game balls with their name on it, and the game and the winning score, and
Yeah.
you know, a special moment in their life, just as well as it was a special moment in mine. That our neighbors are freaking, you know,
Yeah, there you
real.
go. Home of the good neighbor.
home and a good neighbor.
You know they were not letting you miss that game. They were
Absolute-
like,
look,
not
nah,
this one.
no.
Y'all can stay.
I mean, maybe
Not
some
this guy.
neighbors.
Some
Yeah,
neighbors.
the
Home of good some neighbors,
Home of the good neighbors around the block.
for sure.
Here's a quick but probably difficult question. How do you measure success?
How do I measure success?
Yes,
Man,
I know. Big one.
I don't even know.
I mean, I
don't know
think
how
it's
to-
okay to say
It's a-
money.
Nah,
We were talking
nah.
about it earlier. It's important.
But money doesn't it doesn't give you a trophy of success in real people's eyes.
There you go.
Like there's a lot of fake people in the world and they can look at all the glitz and the glam and be like, yo, that made it. But like, so I think success is having the people that's closest to you as far as your family, like your mom, your pop, your wife, your kids, taken care of and happy. I think their happiness and seeing them happy shows your success. And the other stuff comes with it. Like you can be the poorest person in the world, but if you got happy kids, a happy lady or whatever, like that's success. And I think that success question, it's at such an open angle. Like there's so many angles that like you can talk about it. Like I feel successful that all 3 of my kids are healthy. That's success. I feel successful every day when my kids can go in the pantry and choose their snack. You know, that's success. But then like we can talk about it too. Like I'm successful of my portfolio. I'm successful of my football career. That's success. But like there's different avenues. But my overall avenue is if my family is well, they're breathing, they're happy, they got their food, they got their house, and a roof. That's success. You know. So anytime that you could put people on your shoulders and carry them comfortably, where like you don't even feel it, it's success.
No doubt.
And sometimes, but you might feel it, but success.
No.
You got to trust and believe that it's definitely gonna come back no matter what. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's that circle of life that's what you put out is definitely come back.
Right. I mean, even just to have faith, it just seems like the way to go. Put out good shit.
Yeah. Take care of your peeps.
Plenty of things to teach or leave lessons to your kids. But what's one you made like major for you, like something certain I need to leave behind with them?
It's being a good person. It's being a good person and letting them understand that being a good person goes further than anything else. Like if somebody can talk positive about you, then you know you're attached to that. My kids know that they're attached to a positive source where when they go on in life and they meet somebody won't have that alter thought like, bro, your dad was an asshole. You know what? I'm gonna fuck you up. Or I'm gonna take it out on y'all now because of your father. And from being a positive person, I'm gonna make sure that nobody could ever say that about anybody that's attached to me as far as like my inner family, like my lady and my kids. Anywhere that they go and they know that if it's because of me or it's attached to me at some point, they're gonna get a positive, organic energy back instead of like an eyebrow up, like I know exactly. Like nah, like they're gonna know that their dad or their husband or their boyfriend did right. You know.
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Could you
Good
share
answer.
what it's like a day, what it's like for you in a day? You know what I mean? To remain the humbleness. You know what I mean? Do you meditate? Do you work out? I mean, obviously, you know what I mean. But what else do you accommodate into your life to remain who you are? Like that's just get up, brush your teeth, and go.
Nah, it's it's all of that. Like you have to, like all right. So if I can give you a schedule, like I'll tell you exactly like a work day, right? I wake up. If it's 7 o'clock, I wake up at 7 o'clock. I get like to the building. Meetings start at 8:30. You know, I might do my little football and routines, like if my body is aching or anything and before. Meetings at 8:30. You know, those go to about 9:30. Then we have a small break, which is like 2 or 3 minutes. Then right back to meetings to about 10:30. We have a walkthrough from 10:30 to about 11:15 or 11:30. And then from 11:30 to 12:30 or 12:45, we have our time to get our bodies ready for practice. And then we go through that transition to practice, and then we practice, which starts at 12:45. And then practice will be from 12:45 till about, let's say 2 o'clock. 12:45 to about 2 o'clock. And then 2 o'clock, then we have a little time after practice, and the meetings start back up at 3:30. And then after meetings, we watch film, we cut it all up, and then we have meetings until about 4:30 for the big guys, and then we have special teams from 4:30 to about 4:45, and then after that, then it's up to you where you so now like your day like should be over around 5. And then now you can get more treatment, which is 15 minutes in a clip. So if you like want to do 4 things, that's an hour. You know what I'm saying? Like that's an extra hour. If you want to, you know, get in the sauna, like get in the tub, like get some more like lifting and stretch, like all that like takes time. And then you can leave the building around 6:30 or 7. And then you got to get home, catch your kids, and before it's bedtime, and then do it all over.
Yeah.
And then like, you know, and that's every day. That's every day. And then you get one day off a week, and that's usually on Tuesdays. And because it's a regular work week. Like if you have a Sunday game, Tuesday's your off day. And that's every week. Clock in and clock out. So for myself, it's I wake up, I go through that, and when I have minutes in between, I try to, you know, just sit back and just and just take a breath. Like I try to save as much energy, so then when I'm putting out my energy, I'm putting out pure energy. And like how you started off with, I'm very vibrant, I'm very loud. Like I got to charge up to let that out. So I can't like I can be like that all day, like day long, but you'll feel when it's like, all right, Deion's on, and then Deion's on, but you're like, you're a little tired. So it's a little bit of like mental, control where, I take a step back and I just kind of just take a breath, I might close my eyes for 10 seconds, literally, because that's all, and I have. It might even be like 15 or 20 or 30. Bonus is 30. And if I'm sitting there and I'm just,
Right.
kicking back, and then I get back into it. But I think everybody should take time out of their day to really take a second to try to shut their brain down. Because if you think like your brain is going all day long, and if your brain is the most important thing besides your heart, right, or like your organs, whatever. But I think that my brain is the most important, then the heart. Like you got to control your brain, the heart. If you control and your brain to be strong, you can tell your brain to make your heart beat. Like, bro, I'm not about to die. Make that motherfucker beat. So if I were to tell anybody to do something, it would literally be take 5 or 10 or 10 minutes to just unplug. And I think 5 to 10 minutes is enough time. And if you got to sit in a room and turn the lights off, do that. Go in a room, keep your eyes open for a second, cut the lights off, and just detach. And just, try to just not think about too much, and not sleep, but just detached, where you're awake and you're just slowing everything down. So you're kind of like taking your foot off, of the gas. Cause like I'm big on, if the word is correct, it's analogies or like examples, like giving examples to help people like understand. So in this one, if you buy your favorite car, right? Let's say your favorite car is a Ferrari, right? And you invest and you buy a Ferrari. The Ferrari costs you $160,000, right? And you're driving your Ferrari. You get on the highway. You're hitting it. Going. Consistently going. You're gonna eventually say, damn, I need to make sure that this car gets a brake, and before I break it. Right?
Yeah, of course.
Oil change, this, that,
and I brake in this car. And then when you're going and when you stop, you feel good, for your car, all right.
Yeah.
You got to brake. Treat your
I know
body.
that feeling every time you turn it off.
Right.
Give it a second.
Exactly. And it's good. So you got to treat your brain like that too. If you go all day, every day, and you don't stop, you're going to cause all type of problems in your brain. How are you going to go in your brain and give your brain oil change? Or damn, that screw, I can feel it's loose. How do I tighten it up? You can't. So you have to make sure that you're doing everything so that never happens. So I kind of tapped into it where I just detach and just take my foot off of the gas when everything is moving fast.
Oh yeah. I mean, you got to. You just have to.
Yep.
Is there a certain player that you really like clicking with? You know what I mean? Obviously, yeah, you got a big team. You know what I mean? You simulate and mess with them all. You know what I mean? But is there one player that really sticks out that you just like? That's my dog.
Yeah, who's your best friend?
For sure,
right
Roger.
So.
Roger, and my dog. It's hard to find. So now I don't want nobody to take this the wrong way.
I was feeling it.
I don't want nobody to take this the wrong way. All of my teammates are great, but when you find somebody who's on the same energy length and who understands you and you understand them and you're both on the same mission, it's a beautiful thing. And I had that when I was a rookie. I had Richie Incognito. That was my dog. He's still my dog, but now I have Roger. And Roger is on the same length. We understand, we're both driven. We love the game so much where we get upset and mad if things are not going right because we love it so much. The passion level is to the highest that it could be. And Roger is for sure that. I'm blessed. I'm blessed to receive him as a guard and him playing next to me and us having a relationship and our girls clicking and just everything working. And but Roger, yeah, that's my ace.
Yeah.
Sure.
I've been saying for about a year now that this team feels like a family again.
Oh, yeah.
Like the Bills from back in the day. Like they looked like they were a family. They were fucking off together. They were doing great shit together.
Yeah.
There was hugs. I feel that again in this team. Like it's a family.
It's real love, man.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, man.
It's a special place.
Glad I got that stamped. I knew that's what was happening. You know what that means, man.
Absolutely. Okay, like I said, we're coming to that point of our things. You know, I just want to. What can you do to? We need some positive affirmation from you. You know what I mean in life.
Give a message to everybody. What's up,
Yeah,
you know?
like what's drop a little gem, drop a little jewel
For
anything. Just a
Everyone.
unique.
Anyone
You
listening.
simulate things. You know what I mean? And so you got a unique brain. Like I said, one of the ones was, you know what I mean, life was a chess to me. You know what I mean? But that's not here nor there. I wanted, you know what I mean, something different. Something.
yeah. Okay. Nah. I could start rapping for y'all.
Oh, man.
That's also an option.
Let me tell you this. Like it would more so be, try to let your guard down and be vulnerable. And I live in a vulnerable state where I just try to be as true as I possibly can, and understanding who you are as a person. You know, like where you don't fake it. You're not faking the words that you're saying. You're not faking the way that you walking, you talking, you buying, you denying. Not faking that. Being true to who you truly are, and figuring out truly who you truly are. Because some people fake it so much that they don't even know who they are. And finding who you truly are, and then accepting who you truly are, and then accepting it, and then transforming that to the greatest form of who you are. And I think that will lead you in the direction of greatness. And I mean greatness because I know who I am. I know who I am for this moment in my life. You know, it's going to keep changing. So you got to keep like plugging it in and then taking it out. So understanding who you are in that current time of life. What is your position supposed to be? Because it changes. Like it's a war. Like your life is a war, and not a physical way, but you go through. That's just an analogy. Again, your life goes through a phase of war. Like at one point, you're supposed to be the best guy driving that tank, you know, and then at some point, you're supposed to be the best guy with the sniper. At some point, you're supposed to be the best guy in physical combat. Like at some point, like you're supposed to be the best nurse, the best cook, you know, the best maintenance man, whatever. Like you're like you go through different phases, and understanding who you are and what you are in that moment, and then being true. It's probably what I would say to whoever's listening.
I was listening. Thank you for that.
Yeah, for sure.
That fits right in.
Where can people find you?
Shoot, they can find me all over.
Where can find
No. They can find me as far as like my social media platforms. Yeah, definitely Jersey Star, JERZEYSTAR on Instagram. Twitter, I think it's probably DDawkins66. But you know,
yeah. If y'all don't know already, then go figure it the fuck out.
You don't know, then you don't know.
if you don't know, now you know.
There you go.
For sure.
All right, that's it. Let's wrap it up.
Yeah.
Thanks for stopping on.
Yeah.
Man. Much appreciated.
For
Like
real.
I says, hopefully, you know, shed some light on somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
sure.
I appreciate everyone in this room, y'all. Thank you.
Appreciate
Thank
y'all,
you all.
man. For sure.
All right, that's it. Let's run it.
I got a feeling